Screaming Demons Moto Crew, SD Moto Crew in the shop. Today I've got a part to do a review and install on. This is for a custom bike I've been working on for a couple of years now. It's a XR400, 2001 XR400 chassis with a, well, I'll show you what it is in a bit here when we get down to the shop. But what this is the rear disc brake guard. My bike, the bike I'm working on here, never had one when I got it. And so I don't want to ding up the rotor, the rear brake rotor, when I'm out there on the trails riding, hitting rocks and stuff flying off the trails off other bikes. Didn't want to ding it all up, so I figured I'd give it some protection. I looked online, found this on eBay. It was, I can't remember exactly, sorry, I think it was around $30. The price was good in my mind. The thickness is pretty decent. You can see there the thickness of it. And I'll try and give you some dimensions of how thick it is actually here in the video. Comes with mounting hardware, which is nice. Let's see, it's a 10 millimeter head on that bolt, and also it has a Phillips for a Phillips screwdriver, so that's nice also. So that's all you need is those, and make sure you use your Loctite. Don't forget to put Loctite on those screws. They go into aluminum. They will work themselves loose if you don't. And so, okay, I'm going to get down to the shop and put this on. All right, I've just got down to the shop here. I decided to work outside. It's such a beautiful day. I already got thread lock applied to the included 2 bolts here. Right there. And I've got the component right here. I had to take out one bolt that was not stuck, but it was in there pretty good. It was left in there. I never took it out when I was doing the bike. I just overlooked it, thought it was going to be easy. I should have lubricated it prior because it gave me a bit of headache, so it took me a couple minutes to get that out before I started the video here. But here's the component here. So I'll hold it up there. Yeah, the holes look like they match up perfectly. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not, it's kind of dark in there. But the holes match up perfectly, and it's going to look really good. So let's get that put on there. Okay, I added a couple of stainless steel washers under these bolt heads here, just because I didn't want the these bolts. They had the serrated underside there to grab in and lock in. I didn't want to ugly up my aluminum here, so I just decided to put some stainless steel washers under there and tighten her up. Make sure she's going to, oh, wrong way. Trying to get that washer. It wasn't the perfect size washer, a little bit large. So as I tighten it, I got to kind of center it under the bolt. Snug that down a bit. Do the same on this one. Center the washer under your bolt once it gets close to tight. I'm really happy with this component though for the price of it. I mean, it wasn't expensive by no means. I've been a dirt biker for a long time. Geez, over about 40 years now, I guess. And back when I was a kid, components and stuff were pretty expensive. There wasn't a lot of suppliers. And so nowadays it's really nice. I'm not using a torque wrench now. I know how to torque stuff about what it needs for torquing. I've done this a long time. All right, so there we go. She's on, looking beautiful. Let's have a close look at that. All right, really nice. Really nice. And obviously this bike started life as an XR400, and now it is, be kind, I'm not a professional welder, so don't razz me on my welds. I know they're not perfect. I'm going to clean them up. This is, like I said, a project bike. You can read that there. Yamaha. This is a Blaster 200cc 2-stroke motor, 6-speed manual, air-cooled. It started life as a oil injection with the oil injection pump in here. I've taken all that out. It's just straight gas, or sorry, it's not straight gas. We just put mixed gas in the tank, just like a 2-stroke of old. And this is going to be my trail bike probably for the rest of my days, because I don't need much more than this. I've ridden a long time and I haven't even fired this thing up. It's literally a project bike. It's going to be fired up soon. What am I waiting for? I mean, I can fire it up anytime. I just got to mix up some gas. But I do want to replace the wheel bearings here. They're pretty bad. Listen to this. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. The wheel bearings are terrible, so I'm not even going to fire it up because I know I want to ride it, and I'm not going to ride it with wheel bearings like that. Anyway, I want to show you guys that newest part I added on there. Anything else I do add on to this bike, I'll be doing videos for. I've done a few little things, small stuff. I buy a lot of stuff on eBay. Bought the nice Pro Taper bar pad. Bought this valve. You can see there the gold valve for the fuel, one-way breather. What else did I buy? I bought this little air, can you see it in there? That little air filter on the carb. Because this is a project bike, I was having a hard time finding a air filter to fit. I'm not using the air box from the original. Oh, sorry, from the original. So over here on this side, the air box. This is the original XR400 air box. You could clean your air filter. Just popping this open, get into your air filter. But now for my bike, it's a storage area. You can't see in there really, but I blocked off where the air comes into the box there. I blocked that off with a piece of aluminum plate. And the top, same thing, where the air would come in from the very top. I blocked that off with aluminum plate, and it's all sealed with silicone. And so it's good to go for carrying, you know, a drink, some lunch, whatever, maybe a couple tools, things like that. Just a spare little compartment. It's nice to have for all the guys that know trail riding lots. It's always nice to have some extra room in your bike. So, and this was a bike that I always figured Honda should have built. 2-stroke 200, kind of like the Kawasaki KDX 200s in, you know, an off-road chassis. So XR400, 2001 chassis. I just happened to come into it by a good price, so I picked it up and wanted to throw my quad motor into it, because I had 2 of these quads and I sold one, I kept one. The one I kept was in parts, which I'm going to rebuild, but this was the motor and power system, and I wanted to throw it into a bike. And what I'll do is, when this bike needs some refurbishing and needs some work done to it, like big time, you know, I'll probably tear the motor out, put it into the quad once I have the quad completely restored again, and just do the motor swap back and forth every couple years until I get too old to do it, and then I'll leave it to my daughter. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys what was happening on the project bike. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you got something out of this. And if you liked that video, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Throw me a like, give me a thumbs up, share this video to your buddies who like bikes and RCs. And until next time, we'll see you again. Screaming Demons, SD Moto Crew, SDRC, we're out. Alright, so I'd like to give just one final thought here after looking at this disc guard here for a while here. I think it hangs down a bit far. You can see how far it hangs down. I went in the shop and looked at another bike with a similar aluminum style one on a KTM, and it doesn't hang down quite as far. It hangs down about half as far. So I think in the future I might have to do the old custom crew modification to this one, and I'm thinking, by looking at it, possibly re-drilling holes, new holes, lower, and then removing some material up top so they can all move up. I'd like to get it moved up about a ½ inch. If I can't do that, I'm going to, obviously, I'll have to zippy off the bottom here and refile it and make it look good again. So one way or another, I'm going to make it good and I'll be happy with it. So like I say, it's just my opinion. I go over a lot of rough terrain. I mean, I just don't want to hit it with a rock and end up ripping these tabs off the, rip these tabs off of the swing arm that mount it, right? Because you can see I can wiggle it and you know, I just don't want to rip them off. One big rock, boom, those are toast, gone, ripped off. Have to get them welded back on. So I'd really like to maybe get this up, give me some more clearance. Most really, I'm just worried about rocks hitting it when I lean it over hard, going around corners, up big rutted, rocked out hills and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm an experienced rider and I know what bikes can handle, and if that's hanging down too far, it's going to get taken out, which is going to take out my swing arm. So that's my final thought on this. Still a good part, still a good price. Just hangs down a little low for my liking for the type of riding I do. If you ride somewhere that doesn't have a lot of rock, this would be just fine. You know. Anyway, that's my thought. Just wanted to let you guys know. Anyway, we're out.